is a genuine antique nomadic blanket. They can use this as a mattress. They use it as floor covering. They use it as a blanket. When you live off the land, you need to be practical, and everything has that multi-purpose, because you're not driving a truck with a huge trailer in the back. You got mules, horses, camels. Everything needs to be carried. So the more uses you have for one single item, the easier life becomes for you. Okay, so this is an antique. Now, that's how they start the floor covering, açalım. And then, we Turks are known as nomads. We like to travel. It's good for business, good for trade, good for pastures, for the animals, etc. But sometimes you want shelter. So here we see the fringe. This is goat's hair. And out of goat's hair, they made the basket weave, like the Native American blankets. This is what we call the kilim. They made a whole lot of these, sewed them together using wood as the frame. That was the tent. Goat's hair is excellent protection against UV, and it gets really hot here, and that makes it nice and cool. When it rains, when goat's hair gets wet, it swells, making it naturally waterproof, which is also why we use these as sacks. They sew the ends together, they put inside, grain sacks, whatever they're gonna, flour, salt, spices, etc. Different sizes, of course. Or in this size, like this is what I call the nomadic suitcase. They have straps on these, they make saddlebags out of these, and when they settle down, they'll open the one end, they'll stuff this with either more wool or hay or straw, whatever's more readily available, and sew that together. Now you should have got your first lazy boy. You do that smaller, you got a pillow. You do it larger, you can get a California King mattress if you're willing to carry it. Tell them. Okay, so this is how it develops. Many things we know of in our modern day lives today evolve around this weaving. Now, these women, these artists, when they made these, they also had emotions, just like us. They have thoughts and feelings. They want to express their feelings, but they're illiterate, okay, and they don't have the smartphones. So how they told their stories, they became creative. They created what we call motifs. Every single pattern you see here, it's like a letter, like a word, a sentence, or a paragraph. And this is what we call the running guard dog border. This is the Anatolian shepherd dog on the outside, okay, it's from central Turkey. And the Anatolian shepherd dog, the Kangal, K-A-N-G-A-L, when it's born, it doesn't need any training. It protects automatically the family. It's in its DNA. And that's what this symbolizes. It protects her territory, which is what she puts here. That's her territory. And it protects her livestock, her sheep and lambs and goats. She doesn't invest in stocks or in bonds or in banks, but she invests in her livestock. That's her main source of income. In central Turkey, we have a big problem with wolves. Wolves have a big problem because their largest fear is the Kangal, the Turkish Anatolian Shepherd, which is the dog with the strongest bite force. It's a serious worry, threat for the wolves. And that's how she protects. So she puts it all around. Okay, this is her protection. What she fears, what she wishes, what she wants. She makes it into a message like this. These, ladies and gentlemen, for us Turks, these are not something we throw as decorative items on the floor. This is how we tell our history. We have more than 10,000 motifs like this, okay? So when you learn to decipher, not everybody knows this, of course. I'm the third generation, like your guide said. So mother made sure it was branded here and here. Dad's from Alexandria Bay, New York. That's where the English is from. And yeah, I get that question a lot, okay? So here we read these, we decipher like reading this. This is an entire novel for us, okay? It's a whole Netflix series. It's an entire season or two, okay? These all have meanings and stories, okay? So this is how it begins. Check in. So both of these were natural colors of the animal. Okay? Now let's go to pre-global warming in the far east of the country where we used to have 6 months of the snow on the ground. She wants to beautify her living quarters, her living area with color. She wants to bring color into the home. 6 months of white is not easy on the eyes, okay? Especially for someone growing up in Chicago, I can relate pretty well with that. And she has this berry. And when you pick that berry, it stains the fingers really, really badly. So she gets the idea, let me throw these in the pot and start boiling. Let's start cooking it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wonderful world of color. So this is how it begins, and after this, no single fruit, plant, leaf, flower, or seed in Mother Nature was ever safe again. Because whatever they found, they threw it in a pot and they boiled it. And that's why you see such beautiful colors, because these colors are not chemical, artificial, synthetic dyes. These colors, they come from the plants, from the fruits, from the leaves, in your backyard, in the outdoors, in Mother Nature. And they always blend no matter what your colors in your home are. Because Mother Nature has every color of the color spectrum. They never ever clash, okay? So these are tribal, village, and nomadic rugs. These are fine examples, but they were generally coarsely woven, low knots per square inch because they needed them yesterday. Now, onu değil, daha çiçekli bir şey alalım önce. Evet, oldu. So, now geometrics. The second category are city rugs. When they move to the city, she's now finished migrating every season. She is finally in her forever home. And she is inspired by the fine arts. She sees ceramics, oil paintings, and she wants to make more intricate designs, but her wools are too thick. So she learns, she starts spinning. The time is no longer so much of an issue. She has her heating. So she starts spinning her wools tighter and using cotton on the skeleton, which now that will enable a more curvilinear design, which we're starting off with undyed. I heard those O's. Thank you. Who said the O there? Whereabouts do you live, ma'am?
Virginia.
Excellent. Okay, so this one's going to Virginia, guys. We got plenty more for everyone else, okay? So you see, and then it starts like this, and she develops and develops, goes to much finer. Okay, so this is how we are evolving. Tribal, necessity, and we're going slowly to city living, and then let's go to the imperial, ladies and gentlemen, the pure silk. And this one is 8 by 11 feet, which is a very, very good size for a dining room table of 8, or if you extend the extra leaf, you can go up to 10 on this size. And it took a master weaver more than 6 years to complete. Whoa. I love calling this the magic carpet. This is pure silk. Folks, let us now see if it was worth the wait.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you now, ladies and gentlemen, to please focus and concentrate on the colors here. Because I wouldn't want you to say I went to Turkey, I met Abraham, and he didn't show us the magic carpet. You got to see the magic. Now let's go side to side. Oh, okay, all right, terrific, okay. Sir, you can't, I will ship you this and the silk as well, no worries, multiple pieces, better gift. How about that, huh? So who wants to tell me what happened? Let's see some more beautiful silk rugs, let's see some fantastic silks, ladies and gentlemen. So no golfers in the group who want to compare this to the grain on the grass? Okay, when we mow our lawns back and forth. So for those of you who don't have issues with your knees, I'm going to ask you to please get down on your hands and knees. First, you spoil your fingertips with some real silk. Can we do that, please?